I would just like to state for the record, this could be the worst Big Ten since expansion. Rico?
Mike, you know what? I'll say this. Let's have this conversation next week because this weekend will tell a lot about the Big Ten.
If Penn State and Michigan State lose, it's big too, little late.
Penn State and Michigan State really need to solidify the whole confidence of the conference.
Let's talk.
Simple. All right.
Terps on alert.
Let's start at 14, Mike. The only team in the Big Ten without a head coach, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I think we all saw this coming. Well, I take that back. We all didn't see this coming. Some
guilty
didn't.
God forbid I thought they could go 8-4. You meth head bums.
Scott Frost fired after they lose to Georgia Southern.
He didn't make it out of September.
No. I think the irony was the head coach of Georgia Southern,
Clay Helton,
who was fired last year
September
around this
21st after losing to Stanford.
You know, he shook his hand and said, "You know they're gonna fire you, right? You know you're getting fired."
But if you're Scott Frost, not to belabor the point, 15 million reasons to just go on vacation. It's good work if you can get it.
It is. I mean, it tarnished his name. He can't go back to Nebraska because he kind of ruined it. All right, at 13, Mike, the only Big Ten team to score one touchdown this year.
Iowa. 166 yards of offense in the opener. And they did worse in game 2 with 150 in the Cyhawk game. Now, do I think there's a team worse than them? Yes, but Rico's power rankings are his, and it's so embarrassing offensively. I'm fine with it.
I can't. You score one touchdown.
I know.
So, you can't. So, at number 12.
Say Northwestern.
The Northwestern Wildcats.
You have to.
Yeah.
You beat a team who's garbage and fired their coach. Then you lose 2 straight, and they lost to Duke at home. Duke is horrible this year. I can't do it.
They lost to Duke. In the 2 games that they played, they've fallen behind. Now, they came back against Nebraska, who fired their coach.
Onside kick.
They fell behind at home to Duke, and they could never climb out of that hole. It's got to be Nebraska. At 11, Mike, the University of Wisconsin.
I think I said this to you preseason. I think the Paul Chris thing is over. It's stale. It's done. The O-line's not what it used to be. It's gotten worse year over year over year. Graham Mertz sucks.
See, right there.
It's done.
I don't think Graham Mertz sucks. I don't think Graham Mertz fits this system. They went out and they went and got their big-name quarterback. They wanted to be like everybody else, and maybe if we get this big five-star guy.
He's terrible.
And we're going to hand the keys to the program over to him. He doesn't fit.
Here's the deal. Hire Jim Leonard before Jim Leonard goes somewhere else. Be done with this.
He could be on the list to head to Nebraska. He's one of those names. But honestly, I don't know if he has enough cachet. Like, he's one of his star was brighter a few years ago, and right now it's kind of like Matt Campbell. You probably should have cashed out your tips 2 years ago.
Remember when the Cowboys were calling Matt Campbell?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Wait long enough, you may get Matt Rule. All right, at number 10, the University of Illinois.
I can't figure him out.
Illinois will always be Illinois.
You lose to Indiana in stunning fashion because they dominated the game. Then you turn around and blow out Virginia. I'm like, what? Who are you?
Here's Illinois, and I can sum. In games that Illinois should lose, they'll rise up and they'll knock that opponent off. Give them a game where they're favored. Oh, they lay an egg every time. They will not disappoint you. So for your cash a ticket, put that in. If it's Illinois versus a team that they are better than, more athletes, they'll lose.
So it's 1995 MSU.
Yes.
Beat Penn State, beat Michigan, lose to, Minnesota and Central.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. At number 9, we just talked about them, the University of Indiana.
I think this is too high. It's your power rankings. You're a grown-ass man.
No, okay. Let me just state that the bottom was just Big Ten West soup, and I threw Indiana in there.
It's fine.
They were all bad, but because you did beat Illinois, I got to give you the leg up over them. They're changing out their quarterback. So
Bazelak gone.
They're now going with a new QB and hoping that he can jumpstart the offense. At number 8, The Warriors of the Raritan.
The Raritan.
Raritan. Every
Jesus.
week. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
I mean, what do you make of them?
I think Rutgers is a program that's on the rise. They're not there yet. I think Rutgers is probably like 2 or 3 years away from really becoming a team like a Minnesota or a Maryland that can knock you off if you're not paying attention.
With the Maryland again. Who have they knocked off? They couldn't knock off a grocery store.
I didn't say ranked teams. I'm saying, but just teams that they can go out there and knock off.
Can't wait till SMU drops a bomb on them. Turtles are vile beasts.
Okay, this is Scott Frost's year.
It is 8-4.
At number 7.
Fired in September.
At number 7 is your boy Purdue Pete and the Sweatpants.
Oh, they'll be lower next week. They're losing to Syracuse.
I don't think they're losing to Syracuse.
Well, that's good for you. Sweatshirt bet?
You like Syracuse?
I don't like them. I just think Purdue
It's
is
Dino,
Purdue,
isn't it?
my man
It's
Dino Babers.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's
Shout
Dino.
out Bowling Green. No,
Okay.
I think Purdue's ass. I don't think they're any good.
I don't know what Purdue. I think Purdue can be a lot better. I think they could act. They're on the road. I think they can go on the road. That's another game, but nobody cares about Syracuse. If Purdue, Penn State, and MSU all win, I think that helps the Big Ten.
Hey, Syracuse got one of the 3-4 best backs in America. If you haven't watched Sean Tucker play, you should. He's a superstar.
Is that Tucker's nephew or something?
Forget it. I'll just try to provide some information. Next.
At 6, this is a team that a lot of people are saying is either going to be really great or really not, because some people are upset that they're not in the top 25 right now.
Oh.
University of Minnesota.
Minnesota
has one of the top offenses and top defenses in college football. Now, the problem is
Who you played?
they've played no one, but they've just destroyed the people that they have
New
played.
Mexico State might be Hawaii light. I'd calm down out there. They got Colorado this week. How about you do this? How about you do?
No. They'll blow out Colorado.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They were supposed to do that last year, and they had 60 total yards. Okay, do your job. We'll see you at Spartan Stadium in a couple of weeks.
Well, now next week that's the game. 3:30 game, Michigan State, Minnesota. Not to get ahead
If they
of
want
ourselves.
respect, beat Colorado and then come to our place and beat us. And then you and your coach dressed up as a bad barber can get a little number next to your name.
But there, a lot of people are very upset about that. At number 5, I'll be rocking this sweatshirt next week, people.
I can't
after they
believe
defeat SMU. Talia Tagovailoa, if you could do the player prop bet, go ahead and put him at plus 390 passing yards, because he's averaging damn near 400 yards a game passing. The offense is clicking.
That will be an exciting game if you're just having.
What's the over now at plus 80?
74 and a half. SMU and Maryland, it is going to be a laser show. And it's a sweatshirt game between me and Rico.
It is. At number 4, James Franklin and the Penn State Nittany Lions on the road, getting ready to play Auburn. I think this is an Auburn team that they can beat.
No quarterback play. They play in Findlay. They play in Ashford. If you don't have a quarterback, I can't be bothered. Auburn has no QB play.
And here's a little note for you, too. If Auburn can't run the ball, this may get ugly.
Tank Bigsby's my guy. How did we not drop a bag on him?
You know why? Because he didn't want to leave.
Well, you know what? Change his mind. Add a zero.
No. A lot of people tried to begged him to hit the transfer portal. He felt loyal to the program. So trust me, bags were out there. He turned them all down. He said War Eagle.
Plus, his name's Tank. Just doesn't get better.
I know. Well, MSU has a tank. He just doesn't play.
Oh, I forgot about him. The Minnesota transfer.
Yeah.
Where is he?
He's on the team.
Wouldn't know it. Okay.
He's on the team.
Yeah, he's out there. He's the second drum major.
At number 3, Michigan State headed to Seattle. This is their first test on the road. That it was a big bridge crossing type of thing.
I abstain.
Wisconsin. Washington has not beaten a ranked team non-conference at home since 2001. Dug up a stat. Michigan State is 13-1 under Mel Tucker when they rush for over 100 yards. So I think that's the key to this game, if you wanted to oversimplify it. And, Mike, last time I checked, yes, Jaden Reed will be on the plane.
on the plane or on the field are not the same thing.
Well, I'm sure he'll be on the field as well.
You know what? I'm not playing this game. Just move to number 2.
I think at number 2, it's the University of Michigan. They fresh off of playing, according to CBS Sports, the 2 worst teams in college football. They will play the 17th worst team in college football in UConn. Ward Manuel will go out, flip the coin, hand UConn a check and say, here you go to my former school that I used to be the AD at, and Michigan will probably roll. The question is, can they cover? 50.5 was too much last week. I think it's 46.5. That's the biggest question for this game. Can Michigan cover?
I'm more comfortable listing Michigan and Ohio State as 1 and 1A. I've really downgraded OSU since the Notre Dame thing because Notre Dame is just horrendous.
You know what? I haven't. There's a reason for that Notre Dame loss, but Ohio State took a chance. They played Notre Dame. They played a good game. Notre Dame, real quick, Notre Dame put all their effort into beating Ohio State in that day.
Wow. You lost to Marshall.
Yeah, I don't think they cared about Marshall. They thought Marshall was a whatever game, whereas Marshall took all their time in the offseason to focus on Notre Dame. By the way, Ohio State, number 1. That's your Big Ten power rank.